Kill me! I'm here! Kill me!
Hey everybody, this is Matty Movies coming at you with my review of Die Hard, the movie that almost everybody will tell you is one of the best action flicks of all time, and a movie that I have literally seen hundreds of times. To give you a little bit of a preamble about my history with this movie, when I was a kid, my dad absolutely loved this movie, and one of his best friends couldn't stand it. I still to this day am absolutely baffled how he didn't like it, but I think it's because my dad loved it so much, which the reason why I say that is my dad used to call him up and be like, hey, do you want to come over and drink a few beers and watch a movie? And he'd be like, sure. He's like, and my dad would tell me go out and rent a movie, and almost every time he'd go out and rent Die Hard again and again and again and again. And as kids, we'd go with him and we'd be like, yeah, rent Die Hard again, because we loved watching it. And so I've seen this movie literally hundreds of times, and I absolutely love it to this day. One of my all-time favorite action flicks, and I don't know how somebody could possibly not like it if they're a fan of action movies. For the few of you who might not know what this movie's about, Bruce Willis plays John McClane. He goes to his wife's Christmas party, and a bunch of terrorists come in and hold them hostage, but really they're there to rob the bank. And it is such an awesome movie. The action in this movie is so well shot. The fights really, like, you really feel like you're watching people try to fight for their lives and try to fight to take one another out. One of the major strengths of this movie is that John McClane feels like an actual person. He doesn't feel like an action star like a Schwarzenegger or Stallone, which, don't get me wrong, I love those guys and I love their movies, but it's really cool to see a guy who actually feels the pain and has an anguish in various scenes because of the physical toll that the night's action is taking on him. It's one of the major strengths of this movie, and one of the major reasons why I haven't liked the last two movies because he's basically become a superhero of sorts. Alan Rickman is Hans Gruber. I mean, what more can you say about him? The guy was just such a great actor, and he had such panache in this role, and he brought like such a not chemistry, but charisma to it that you really understood why all these other guys were under his thumb, even though that they were very credible threats themselves. One of the major reasons why this movie works so well is because John McTiernan directed it, and his work is just absolutely outstanding. The visuals of this movie are great. He's definitely the one who's responsible for it feeling as gritty as it does, which, like I said before, is definitely one of the movie's major strengths. And beyond Alan Rickman and Bruce Willis, I think there's three supporting, or five supporting roles really that always have stuck with me that I absolutely love. One is the gentleman who played Carl, Alexander Godunov. Godunov? I mean, he's the one villain in this movie that actually feels like he belongs maybe in like a Schwarzenegger movie, because by the end of the movie he feels practically invincible, but he's so interesting, and like the anguish in his performance when he finds out about his brother, and like the repartee between him and his brother early in the movie, like the fact that some of his fighting ability feels like it's out of a typical action movie, but the performance of the actor and the way the character is written otherwise is very much in tune with this movie. Bonnie Bedelia as Holly Gennaro McClane, his estranged wife. She's just great, and she's she's written as basically the damsel in distress, which was much more common back then, but she's got a very a face that you can empathize very easily. You can really see like the worry come across her face, but you can also see like the intelligence of the character, and like how smart she is to not get more involved than she does. The gentleman who played Argyle, Devereaux White. I mean, Argyle is just so entertaining. He's got such a great personality. It's just so hilarious. And then Reginald VelJohnson, the actor who I'll always associate with Family Matters as the cop that he likes outside. He's just so entertaining, and like his reaction when he's driving around and a body falls on his car is just one of my favorite moments in the movie by far. And finally, Hart Bochner as Harry, the sleazy Nakatomi executive who tries to make a deal with Gruber. He's just so great. This movie, and one of the major strengths of this movie is, like the two main actors are just great, but there's so many supporting roles that are unforgettable. I mean, pretty much all of the henchmen are just really perfect for their roles, even like the ones that do little to no speaking. And I can't the tech specialist Theo. He's great. The guy who's trying to drill into the safe. He's got a great personality. Like even some of the thugs that are practically or maybe even they don't say a single word, but they look intimidating and they're great. Like across the board, I thought that this movie just did everything right. And it's a real shame to see how poorly the franchise has been handled of late, in my opinion, especially with that last movie, which was just a pile of garbage. I absolutely love Die Hard, and it definitely deserves its hallowed place in film history. So those are my thoughts on Die Hard. Let me know in the comments below if you're as big a fan as I am, and if you're not, what is wrong with you? If you just don't like movies, because I don't know how else. I mean, if you don't like action movies, that's fair. And I'm just joking. I mean, if you don't like this movie, you don't like this movie. But I love it so much I can't. It's hard for me to understand how somebody could not. And please hit that like button. It does awesome things for my channel. It gets my reviews in front of people that may not see them otherwise. And please hit subscribe, the subscribe button. Hit that bell button so that you'll find out when I put out new videos. That would be extremely gratifying for me to see more people join the conversation and give me feedback on my reviews and let me know what they think of the movies. So other than that, have yourself a nice day.